I thought this would be very fun. I've never done this before. Of course, I've opened lots of boxes before, but I've never opened one on film, on camera before, so I thought it would be fun to do that with the new Star Wars Unlimited set. It's the, um, Jump to Lightspeed set. These boxes are running 70 to $100 depending on where you get them from and what the shipping charges are on them. There's some really great cards. The set is awesome. We're playing it at Amazing Fantasies. We're playing every Friday night. We're doing drafts, and it's attracted a lot of attention. The game's really popular here in Topeka in general, and so it's fun to pop them open and try to see what you can come up with. And I don't know if I'll get anything really spectacular in here. There's some you get some of the really fancy high end cards, the serialized cards. There are serialized cards in this set. I don't know if they're in these. I think they're only in the new Carbonite collector booster packs that they sell. I don't know. I'd have to look at the thing on the back and see what it says. Let's see what it says. It says this booster pack contains 16 cards, including approximately 1 leader, 1 base token, 9 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare or legendary, 1 premium foil. No specific card rarity is guaranteed to exist within an individual pack box or case. Well, there you have it. Uh, as non-committal as they could be about it. Let's see. We'll open them up. Let's find what's in there. I know sort of regular cards. Devastator is in there, probably a good $25 card or so. I picked up a couple in my draft, a couple of different cards already in my draft that I thought were really great, and will. Um, I'm just reading. These are all mostly pilots. Having pilots. Oops. Have to get used to the camera being at this angle. It doesn't ever sit that way for me. They're all pilots and ships. That was what was great about this particular set, was that they opened it up. There's 2 battle zones. There's a ground zone and there's a space zone. And up to this point, the 3 previous sets have all been ground. There's been some ships, but there's been no pilot function necessarily. That's something that they added in this, where you can attach the pilots like equipment. And so you get somebody like Biggs here. He's a ground unit, but he's also a rebel pilot, and so you can attach him. He has piloting. You can attach him to a fighter, and he gains overwhelms. If it's attached to a transport, he gains a +0/+1, and if attached to a speeder, it gains grit. So these pilots, these attachments are really a great change to the game. I already had the Grim Valor card. Jam Communications, it's a rare. Oh, and there's the shiny. You get the shiny stuff. What I was saying is I don't know if I'll pull anything big here, because this box that I have is from the cases that we bought for the store for the pre-release. The set's been out about 10 days now. We bought these for the pre-release, and we have already out of the boxes 3 of the big leader cards, not the normal ones like this, but the ones that have the special artwork on. I don't know what they're called off the top of my head for some reason, but we'd already had 3 of those pulled out of this, so I don't know if I stand a chance of really finding anything good in these or not. I guess we just have to go through and find out. Well, there'll be plenty of great cards. That's a great card right there, even though it's just a common. There'll be plenty of great cards for sure, because there are just a bunch in the set. The way that you can attach these pilots and droids to these ships and vehicles is just a game changer. It really is. It's really expanding the game. Everybody's enjoying it at the store, I know. Let's see. Imperial Pilot Wingman Victor 3. All of the Victor stuff is really good. Any of the Victor cards. There's Darth Vader's TIE Fighter is a Victor card, and Darth Vader himself is not this particular one, but there's another Darth Vader card that is just a regular card, not a leader card that's in the set. There is, I think all of them are like that. All the leader cards have a companion sort of regular card with them in this set. See, here's Astromech Pilot. This is what I'm talking about, one of these droids. So he has piloting 2, and when played as an upgrade, you may heal 2 damage from a unit. And so you hit these. So he's a droid, he's a pilot, he's a ground unit as well. But then, of course, if he's a pilot, he's also acting as a space unit and backing up space units. It's really neat what they're doing with the set at this point. I figure out where I put my stuff. Death Star Plans, that's a legendary card. There's a big boy right there. I don't know if it's, what does it do? Let's see. When attached unit is attacked, the attacking player takes control of this upgrade and attaches it to a unit they control. Attached unit gains first unit you play each round costs 2 less. That's pretty cool. That's a nice little bonus. There's a shiny Rampart. This unit doesn't ready during the regroup phase unless its power is 4 or more. Interesting. You have to build on that mechanic for sure. Okay, we might have to move a little bit faster than this if we intend to get through this in any amount of time. I'm a collector. I'm collecting the set. I'm not, I play a little bit. I prefer to play in drafts. There's no question about that because that's where the cards and your skill are as equal to anybody around you as they can be, just because everybody's limited to what they pull out of their packs. Leia, that would be a great card to support the previous Leia leader card that's out there. Heartless Tactics. Exhaust a unit, give it -2, -0 for this phase. Then if it has 0 power and isn't a leader, you may return it to its owner's hand. It's interesting, some of the play mechanics that they come up. Oh, this is cool. This is a special land here, one of the rare lands. It's the Data Vault. Your minimum deck size is increased by 10 cards. Wow, interesting. That's a really cool land. Really cool rare. Where have I put these rares at? Which one of these piles is supposed to be rares? There it is. Another shiny one. I suppose I should put the rares shiny over there. That's it. I haven't opened them like this before. Normally, I just open them and start sorting them by color and whether or not, and number and whether or not I have them. Ultimately, that's what I was saying there just a minute ago. As I collect the more than anything, I have not all of the previous 3 sets, but most of the previous 3 sets. At least one card, the base set of them I have, and so the collection is coming along quite nicely. Oh, wow. Pretty. Yeah, some of the full art cards are just amazing. This is what we do all day at the store. Shuffle cards around. Shuffle cards around in comic books. One of the two, if not both, every single day. And try to know about it. Oh, look at that. There you go. Another one of the special lands, one of the rare lands. Neat. And another uncommon U-Wing leader transport vehicle. We just play. We build. All of us at the store, all the owners. Well, not Dylan. Dylan doesn't play. He likes Pokemon. He's into collecting Pokemon. He doesn't play so many of them so much. But Ben and I both play most of the games that come into the store. We play games every week. Saturday, I'm playing a game with the guys almost every Saturday. Sometimes they're too busy. Sometimes they're just trying to get comic books, open up packages for the next week, get the comic books ready to go out, bags and boards, all that good stuff. And the games, every Friday night we're doing this. We're doing this specifically unlimited, and everybody's really digging it. Everybody just loves the game. Frisk. The Invisible Hand. Nice rare card. Razor Crest. That's a great card. In a foil, no less. Mandalorian vehicle, so it works with the Mandalorians. It's a vehicle. Obviously, it's a transport. And see, when a pilot is attached to this unit, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 2 or less, or an exhausted non-linear unit that costs 4 or less to its owner hand. Wow, that's a really nice card. That's a nice card. Just thinking in terms of being able to play some of them, as opposed to what I normally do, which is just try to get every single one of them to add to my collection. Nice. Asajj Ventress. Leader card. Very cool. No foil, not foil or anything special like that, but still. Let's see. Deal 1 damage to a friendly unit if you do deal 1 damage to an enemy unit in the same arena. That's one of those plays, the mechanics that I was just thinking about here just a minute ago, that it's weird. When I play, I don't like to mess around with other people's decks. That's just not my thing. I see what I did there. Yeah, I try to just play from my own hand and not necessarily worry about being able to manipulate the other guy's deck. I mean, being able to counter some of the things that are coming out of the other guy's deck, of course, but just being able, just purposely going through and dipping into the other guy's deck, dipping into the other guy's players on the field when I could be using that turn, that part of the phase to do something for myself. It's always going to be a stretch. You're talking about a long play there, and in a short game like this game just doesn't take that long to play. Ahsoka, that's cool. She's a rare, right? Yeah. An opponent discards a card from their hand. If it's a unit, you may exhaust a unit. That's one of the things that's really great about this game as opposed to some of the other card games. The idea that there's no energy source, no mana source. It's just it makes it so all of the cards are playable. Every single card in the deck is playable. Or if it's not at the time, this is, thinking in that strategy, if it's not at the time playable, it may very well be just a great resource for you, and you just turn it into a resource. And that's been a neat addition, a neat thing about how the Star Wars unlimited card game plays, as opposed to like Magic, where something like half of your deck or a quarter of your deck or a third of your deck, depending on what version of Magic you're playing, whether you're playing Commander or Standard or whatever, Modern, whatever you're playing, it dictates how much more energy source, land, mana that you have that you have to have with you when you build the deck. Whereas with these, every single card is potentially playable. Every single card is valuable to you, no matter what. There's no wasted cards in the deck, and that to me is a pretty neat function for trying to build up your strategy. And these things, as much as the cards are, as fast as this game plays, there you do have to come in with a pretty decent strategy to play anybody who is experienced at the game, because they know the cards, they know the synergy, and that's the one thing that I've never been able to do in all the years of playing. And I've been playing since Magic. I played Highlander. I played all the different Star Wars games over the years, just a little bit. I'm not crazy constantly at it and constantly collecting these. Star Wars, Dungeons and Dragons, those have been the things, the card games that they've been able to get me, card sets, card games that they've been able to get me on. Magic got me on the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and of course Unlimited here, they get me collecting them. But I like to play it too. It's a really fun game. the fact that it plays as fast as it does is what helps for me, and I think that's a big deal for a lot of people. I got a Luke Skywalker leader card. Luke Skywalker leader card. He's kind of he. You might call him broken. I don't know. That's a generic term these days. Every card is broken. I can't beat that card. It's a broken card. They got to take that out of the deck. You know, it's a powerful card. Let's put it that way. It's a nice, powerful card. He's a good. Uh, his action skills. So this is just as you normally are playing him. If you attacked with a fighter, unit this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit. So it's just free damage as long as you're attacking with a fighter out there. That's amazing. He's a ground unit, but again, he's a force user. He's also a pilot, so he can be attached as an upgrade. This upgrade can't be defeated by enemy card abilities. That's the big thing about it. So if the card abilities, these texts on the cards, you can't do it. You have to defeat him by beating him. You have to beat his skills. You have to beat his defense. You have to be stronger than he is to defeat him. So he's not broken. He is just tough. He is a tough card to beat. Only one legendary so far. Of course, we're going slow. Dornian gunship. Von Reg's TIE Interceptor. That's cool. I saw that card already, but in the hyperspace, the what do they call those ones? They're the card type of them. They're hyperspace, but they're showcase. The hyperspace showcase. That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to think of. I have to remember the word. They have all these different, the different foils and surge foils and this and that and the other thing. This is cool. Relentless fire spray. That's great. Shiny. No matter what people think of that particular movie, the ski speeders and that whole scene on the sand there with the red dust kicking up underneath, just it was pretty. It was pretty, even if you don't like those movies. All right, let's see. About halfway through here. And it's been respectful. And obviously, I'm happy because I'm getting plenty of cards that I'm going to be able to uh, add to the collection and put. I'll show you real quick. Oh, these are heavy. So I have all three. Not like I said, not all three complete, but I have a lot of most of the first 3 sets. So I have 3 books like this. And as you can see, there's one missing right there. Was it Darth Vader or something? Something, it's going to be the hardest, rarest ones to find. You see, there's a gap here and there, and then at the back of it, you see some of the. There you go. You get your full art cards, your showcase cards, and then I've also had. I've been playing every week, and so I have the promotional cards, a bunch of the surge foils on the promo 20 card sets. This I only need one more in this. This is the previous set, the most recent set before jump to Lightspeed. And you see, I've been able to win a bit here and place a bit and pick up some judge cards and some judge foils. I got a top 8 card there, and so I've just been collecting the sets. That's my thing. I collect the sets. And so I don't necessarily care about the value, the value of the cards either in play or on the market per se. I just want that spot filled in the book. I just want that spot. And I picked up a brand new book. It's sitting there. I haven't even opened it yet. There it is. There it is. Ah. Still in the plastic, waiting to be filled up. I don't know if I'll ever complete any of these sets, but I guess it gives me something to chase for the rest of. I don't know what I'm looking at here. For the rest of my life, I guess, trying to fill these sets. I completed the entire Dungeons and Dragons, um, Magic the Gathering, the Dungeons and Dragons, the first set they did, and I have them all. I have every single one of those. That took a long time and a lot of money. I definitely spent more money on it than it was worth. That's for sure. That's collectibles. This is weird. So it's Pet Fire Spray. I don't really know what I'm looking at here. It's one of the hyperspace showcase cards. But you look at the numbering, it's one of the cards that normally these are the special cards that come out of the sets that they do. They changed the name of them this time around. They called them something different. The booster, the boxes that came with the Han Solo and um, a Boba Fett. They're just pre-constructed decks, is what they are. What did they call them? They're spotlight decks. That's what they called them this time. They changed the name of them, and then there was they added the the carbonite collector boosters as well. So they're changing with their times, and they're trying to capitalize on the the $25 booster pack thing that Magic has been doing for a while. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look into that. Victor Leader, that's a big deal. Yeah, any of that Victor stuff, that's a great rare card right there. All of those right now, people are chasing after them because when you put them all together, they're really, really powerful. But individually, they're great cards too. Each other friendly space unit gets +1/+1. How's that not great? And it's only a 3-drop for a 2/4. That's a pretty powerful card. Oh, another Luke. He's broken. Luke is broken. Commons, 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 commons. I have to sort these all later. There's something really shiny at the back there, isn't there? Sweep the area. Clone Combat Squadron. The Mandalorian. Ground unit. Yeah, not a leader. I don't know if you can find a leader further in the pack or not. They're usually there, that first card right there. That's nice because that one's even the hyperspace showcase card. Eject. Detach a pilot upgrade, move it to the ground area as a unit, and exhaust it. Draw a card. That's pretty cool. That's one good way to be able to get the attachment off of a ship and onto something else. Fleet interdictor. And it's shiny. It's pretty. It's just a common though. That's a pretty card. Very pretty card. Yeah. Major Von Reg, yes, we found his ship. He's not the common leaders are just that. They're very common. The common leaders in the common land are so common that there are just stacks of them around the store, just after every event that we have, and basically just any time. There's just always you can walk over to the gameplay area, and any number of leader units and land pieces of land will be lying there waiting for someone to just come along and pick them up. That one's pretty cool. Just the art on trench run. Attack with a fighter unit. For this attack, it gets +4/+0 and gains on attack. Discard 2 cards from the defending player's deck. Deal unpreventable damage equal to the difference in the discarded card's cost to this unit. Wow. That one's chunky. Very nice. Been very good so far. See if we can get through the rest of them in the recording time that I have, or if I'll have to extend it to something else, move on. This is great. This is fun. I normally when I do these sort of very quietly and uneventfully, and just sort of look through and go, oh yay, fun, yay. Uh, there's the namesake card. Jump to Lightspeed. Return a friendly space unit, and any number of non-leader unit upgrades on it to their owner's hand. The next time you play a copy of that unit this phase, you may play it for free. Interesting. Lots of vulture droids. That's it. This set will be great to back up the. I started to say that earlier. The clones and the droids that were released a couple of sets back. These would be really great for bumping them up and adding to their strength based on some of the cards that I've seen. I've only played one game in the set. I played the draft, and I think I came in 4th in our table. We had, I don't know, 30 people or something like that over the course of 2 events. Yeah, there you go. At least we got the major Von Reg with the hyperspace showcase card thing going on there. He's black and red, which is he'll probably end up in my deck. I play black, red, and orange. Because again, I'm not playing a lot of it. I just have my one deck, and I add and change cards. It's cool. Trace, she's fun. Anakin, ooh, Victor Leader with the showcase version. Seasoned Fleet Admiral Raid 1. When an opponent draws one or more cards during their action phase, you may give an experience token to a unit. Nice. Wow, that'd be really powerful against certain decks, for sure. Every time you turn around, they're pulling a card and you're bumping up. I have to figure out what the fire spray thing is about, why that's in there. I don't recall ever pulling an S card out of these out of regular booster packs like this. So I don't know what that is about. Poe Dameron. I don't think I had Poe. He's rare. I see that. That's cool. Put him in there. I might have to go back through the stack and look at the rare pilots, or look for the rare. They're pretty tough to come by, actually. The rare leader cards, and said pilot. I meant leader cards. They Captain Phasma, cool. And green and black in this set. It's just on fire. This is just a great set. When they said it was going to be ships and that's the way they were going with it, you could hear the cheer from the crowd go up, the people around the store. If you ever are looking for some of these things, you're ever in Topeka, Kansas, come visit us. It's Amazing Fantasies. We're right here. We're on the corner of 3074 Southwest 29th Street in Topeka, Kansas. And we have tens of thousands of comic books on the floor, a couple 100,000 more back behind the door there, that if you got time, we'll let you dig. We don't have a problem with that. And of course, we have thousands and thousands of loose Magic, Pokemon, Star Wars Unlimited. We carry some Yu-Gi-Oh! And Schwartz. And if you're into the geek stuff, if you're playing games, if you're collecting comic books, if you're collecting toys, you should put us on your list of places to stop by. Retrofitted airspeeder, nice. Ambush, this unit can attack space units. Interesting, okay, because it's a ground unit, right? Does it even call it a ground? Yeah, it even calls it a ground unit. While attacking a space unit, this unit gets -0 or -1, -0. The defense on that is insane. Look at that. That's a 6 for defense on that. That's a great uncommon card right there. Great uncommon card right there. Rampart. Underworld vehicle transport. Why don't I recognize that ship? What is it from? Enjoy the exit. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. This unit doesn't ready during the regroup phase unless it's power 4. Let's have that same unit from earlier, but I didn't look at what it was. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know it. You can visit us at amazingfantasies.com. It's just an informational website, just some pictures, and if I ever get it finished, the event calendar will go back up. But because we changed the name of the store. Never really liked the name of the store. It was Hooked on Comics. It was the name of a previous partner that he came up with, and never really liked it. It was just too simple, and there was already a Hooked on Comics somewhere. And we even ended up getting some of their stuff shipped to us by who was it? Was it Diamond? Sure, it had to be Diamond, right? It's always Diamond. It had to be Diamond. We ended up getting some of their stuff. Let's see, that's rare or is it uncommon? It's rare. And and I just never liked the name, but then amazingfantasies.com became available, and so I jumped on it. I grabbed it and bought it. So visit us at amazingfantasies.com, and you kind of glimpse of what's in the store. You get an overview. It's not the biggest, grandest bunch of pictures or anything, but you get an idea of what you'll be able to see when you come into the store. Let's see. What's this one? I'm really enjoying it. The art on some of these, that's just explodes. It's just blowing right through the card, like, and that's a scene I recognize. That helps a little bit. I've seen all of these movies. I don't know how many times. All the cartoons. I'm not the biggest Star Wars geek. I know I'm sitting there saying that, and I'm talking about how I collect the stuff, but I'm not that guy that will sit there and talk at you about Star Wars and pontificate about what they're going to do with this, that, or the other thing in terms of what will they add to the universe next, and what will Kathleen Kennedy destroy next, or what I none of this. I can't really hold those conversations. I won't start those conversations. I can be in those conversations. Not that hard to do, but I don't start them. I'm not that guy. Finally got a second legendary out of here. Unity of Purpose plan. I don't know what a plan is. That's new. I'll have to see. I'll have to look that up. For each friendly unit with a different name, give each unit you control +1/+1 for this phase. So that's fun. It makes you try purposely to use a wider array of cards and not fill up. Use the 4 max or whatever for each. Try to get every single one of them. Last few packs here. If I'm thinking about this Fetz fire spray, I remember Ben saying something because I bought the sets, the little card, the pre-constructed card decks from the previous sets. Admiral Trench, cool. The spider dude, he was fun. Great from the Clone Wars cartoon series, and just fantastic. That's really cool on top. That's a great rare. That's a great rare to start off a pack with for sure. That's pretty. I forgot what I was saying. That's not uncommon, especially when I'm trying. Is that the same Poe? No. Okay. I was gonna say because we got the pilot. So then this is the ground unit. This is the unit to go with him to back him up. That's awesome. That is awesome. Captain Tarkin, cartoon series, Gold Leader. I have a foil of that I pulled out of my draft. Tactical heavy bomber. We're talking about the tactical heavy bomber. Oh, that's what I was talking about, geek stuff the other day, right? I'm not that super big of a geek. I'm not that guy that you go, oh Jesus, there's that guy that wants to talk about Star Wars again. I can hold my own in the conversation, but I know that not everybody loves the same things we love, right? It's just a fact. Not everybody enjoys the same things we enjoy, and that's okay. That's why we have a bunch of different toys and collectibles, and just a wide range of different tastes of things that we try to carry in the store, just to have a little something for everyone. Really, that's pretty. TIE bombers. Purdy cards. Yeah, see, I didn't think I would end up necessarily pulling a big card. There's still a couple of cards left for that to happen, but these what I was saying was that this box came out of cases that we bought for the store that we did our draft on the pre-release weekend, the drafts that we did over the pre-release weekend. Sweet. Another legendary Radiant 7. The and we had somebody pull several people already pull, I think 3 of the fancy leader cards, whatever they're called. Look at that. Planetary bombardment tactic. It's a legendary. It's a hyperspace foily thingy going on there. That's a nice card. You get 2 legendaries in the same pack. Wow. That doesn't happen often enough, right? So I mean, I'm not taking value out of. That's one of the reasons I've been offered to let me take a box out of the next, and not take. I paid for it. I paid cash money for my box. I did not take value out of the store. I try never to take value out of the store. I try only to bring value into the store, and the value that is in the store I want there for the customers to be able to enjoy. And that's what I was getting at, is that I don't think I'll pull one, and that's fine with me because my customers did. And we're not one of those shops where it just seems like every time something fun, something interesting is happening, that it's, hey, look at that, the regular version of the planetary bombardment. Nice. Um, and another bad legendary, the Shadowcaster, another legendary foil back to back. Wow, that's a fat couple of packs right there. Uh, we're not one of those stores where every time there's an event, every time there's a prize or something cool to win, it seems like one of the employees from the store gets it. We don't know. We're trying to put the stuff out there. If we were able to keep it, we wouldn't even make it available for somebody to win. We don't want to win this stuff. We don't want first place. We want to play. We want to be down there on the floor with you guys hanging out and enjoying the game and experiencing the stuff, but we want you to win. And whenever we host events anyway, we just stack up the stuff to give away. Everybody wins. Everybody wins something. Even if we only, we're down to the last 36 packs or something, and we can host like what, 8 people on a draft. That'd be 24 packs, and then 12 for prize support. So everybody gets a little something. Yeah, we doing the math all the time. that's what we're doing. Last 2 packs, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. It's been a great pack. It really, really beefed up there at the end with those last few legendaries popping up in there, but not one of the big fancy art cards. But that is perfectly fine with me. Again, they're almost outside the set. The way that I look at them as a collector of the actual cards, they're outside of the set, and they're so far outside of the set that it's like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I just don't even care. And that's the reality of that. There's cool. Moff Gideon got the dark saber in his hand. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen him. The rare ground unit, Imperial official. When this unit deals combat damage to an opponent's base, each unit that opponent plays this phase costs 1 more. Nice. That's a decent way to mess with somebody else's deck, like I was talking about earlier. That's definitely a good way to mess with somebody else's deck. All right, last one. And you guys can go on about the rest of your day. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we get something. If we did, that'd be like the 5th major card pulled out of 2 cases. Evasive maneuver. That's just, wow. That's just a great looking card. Little droid tri-fighters in there. Yeah. It's great when even the smaller art. Hera, love Hera. Got my ghost right over there, just out of camera range. Picked up not too long ago the Lego of it and put it together, and it's sitting just out of camera range. Fireball, that's Hattie's ship, right? Is that? No, I don't know what that is. It looks like hers. When a friendly unit is defeated, you may use all of its when defeated abilities again. That's from the Shadowcaster. That's the last legendary, and that was interesting that was back to back to back to back like that. This one was in the middle of them, but technically it came out before that one. So this was your back to back to back. And then there's a nice little uncommon to top it all off with, uncommon foil. Those were all back to back to back. What does that tell you about the way they package the cards? I don't know. I won't guess. Thanks for hanging out with me. Visit us at amazingfantasies.com.